And then what is job enrichment? Which means a vertical expansion of job by adding planning and evaluating responsibilities. So if your supervisor is not here, that means you stop working because he is not here to give you direction and you are here. So you assume that responsibility by yourself. Okay, if he would be here, then I would be doing this job, and then you perform accordingly. Or if your supervisor is busy with some other stuff, rather just waiting him and wasting time, you assume his responsibilities on yourself, not on others. So don't try to be the second boss of your peers or your subordinates. So you try to understand, okay, if he would be in this situation, he would be asking me that, okay, but remember the situation is normal. If the situation is unique, then you must wait and ask supervisor approval. Otherwise, that can go against you, or maybe you would do something that may harm the public image of the company. All right? Job depth, the degree of control employees have over their work. For example, in manufacturing company, where you are given, okay, you have to assemble, bicycle, bicycle. That's it. So it's up to you. Either you assemble first the tires or the chassis, or you can fix the brakes. It's upon you. But the final product that is coming out from your department or from yourself is complete bicycle. So you are given the whole, control over which part you need to start first. But they are only concerned with the final product. That's it. So this is more nowadays given to software houses, where their employees are given different programs, different codes writing, right? So they normally, the managers in software houses give time. That's it. Okay, we need to do, receive the codes and all those stuff, programming, in just 1 week. You have 1 week to complete that. Now it's up to you. Either you can do it in 1 day, 2 day, or 20 hours a day you can work, or either you can just divide 4 hours in a week. It's up to you, right? So in that case, employee has total control over the job. Now he can do the work through his own pace, through his own, physical, state level, emotional state level, and that's it. So the employer is only concerned about the final product. Now, job characteristics model, which is a framework for analyzing and designing jobs that identifies 5 primary core job dimensions that interrelationships and their impact on outcomes. And these 5 are here. So this is basically the JCM, the job characteristics model, 4 dimensions, critical psychological states, and then personal outcomes. And they are coming from these 5 dimensions: skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. So let's discuss one by one which characterizes the job characteristics model. Number 1, skill variety, the degree to which a job requires a variety of activities so that employee can use a number of different skills and talents. For example, you must have the ability to work on MS Office, and in MS Office you have Word, you have PPT, you have Excel, and then you must have something like Visual Basic Programming also, if you can know that, right? So different skills you must have to perform the same job. The next one is task identity, the degree to which a job requires completion of a whole or identifiable piece of work. You are given that piece of work which you can easily take out from the all over the task. It's not mixed, it's pure your work. All right? Because whenever in a group, the biggest drawback of the group is that nobody knows who has done this part. If we divide the work into 6 tasks and we are given it to the group, only group leader is held responsible. He would be given appreciation and all those stuff, the credits and all that, right? And sometimes these are not identifiable, everything is mixing up. But if you are given task identity, it means you can achieve this separately, and you can separately identify your work from others. Then you can also write down, okay, this work is done by Mr. A, this work is done by Mr. B, this work is done by Mr. C. So that is called task identity, in which that task is responsible for you. Okay, you have done this task and you have this responsibility, and that is identifiable work. You can easily identify that. If something has a problem, for example, if this task has a problem for number 2, so you can directly ask Mr. B, okay, maybe you can revise this system or something, so where you can find out the problem. If these tasks are interrelated and some error comes, then you don't have any clue that, okay, this is caused by whom, which work. And normally these are done in research and development, normally in hardware centers and software and hardware both, when you are devising a new product, new medical devices. And then everything must be clearly identified so that anything disturbing, so you can easily point out and call the relevant person to fix that. Task significance, how important is that work, and whether it has impact on the lives of the people or not. Credit card inventor, in that case, that person who write down the codes or the technology of this credit card, he would be given task significance. Okay, why? Because it has an impact not only in the organization but also on the other people as well. Neuralink, Elon Musk is working on. It doesn't have, it does have the effect on not only on animals but also on people as well. Those who have a neural function disability or something, they can also, able to cure that, or you can easily enhance your memories or increase your strength and whatsoever, right? Autonomy, as its name implies, how much freedom and independence you have to complete that job. That's it. Discretion to the individual in scheduling the work, and that is very important, especially in nowadays when both partners are working, and if your daughter or son or your kid is in school and you need to take back, and you need to receive that, so you can easily go from the work to pick your son or your daughter back to home, and then you can work from the home so that you can maintain work life balance as well. So you are given the autonomy to complete the job according to your own scheduling work. Okay, if your husband or if your male partner is working on daytime, and you have kids, then use work at night time so that the kids must be taken care of. All right. The last one is the feedback. The degree to which carry out work activities required by a job results in an individual obtaining direct or clear information about his or her performance effectiveness. If he or she perform well, you must give him feedback. Okay, excellent. Okay, I will talk to the manager. Maybe you deserve some bonus, so we will be giving you a bonus, right? If have some negative aspects, don't put out the aspects in a negative way. You can always give them in a positive way that okay, it should be like this one. uh, it could have been done in that way to ease your workload or something, or you can do that into to a new technology, or we can give you access to this free course or university course. You can take that for short university course and increase your feedback, increase your productivity as well. All right. And then here, the two perspective of job designing. Number one, relational perspective of work design and proactive perspective of work design. So in relational, and by the way, these are the part of job characteristics model. So when you have given all the four dimensions, and then you have critical psychological state in which you view what is job design approaches, how you view that. Then the relational perspective is it focuses on how people's tasks and jobs are increasingly based on social relationships. So in today's world, or in today's jobs, employees have some interaction and interdependence with co-workers and others in both inside and outside of the organization. If all of your friends are programmers and some are working in your competitors, you can always call to your buddy. Okay, I have given the same task you were given, last time we were discussing. How did you manage that? So that I can apply those skills or those techniques to this one, and I can also fulfill my this job task or something. So in doing their job, so employees rely more and more on those around them, which means the jobs that are given to you is basically depends on other works, and your work depends on others work. So it's a chain. So your work depends on number one, and number three, work depends on your. If you fulfill that, and then you can transfer to the others. Or if you are completing this task, maybe you ask from others how to complete this task outside. Or inside, you can always talk to your superior. Okay, how would you like to be? How would you like me to work this job, so that you can use my data or my programs or my coding in that way? Because if I write it down and I give it to you, maybe you don't understand what I have done. So you involve